Oh my God. This is the scariest violation sellers get and come to me in an absolute panic. Kat, my account is shut down. I'm deactivated. I can't pull any money out. I want you to know that there is a solution. You're here for a reason. Don't panic. We're going to walk through it. There are several reasons why this violation could show up, and we're going to walk through how to appeal this violation. However, if you have already appealed once and you only have one appeal left because you failed that first appeal, I really want you to consider reaching out to a professional like me to help you with this rather than trying to do it yourself. Because if you fail the second appeal, there is no chance without really taking time to work through the seller center support, which is AI and it's trash. So if anybody from TikTok or ByteDance is watching, you really need to get real people in there, not outsourced to a third party like you have now, because sellers don't understand what you're asking for and they have to pay somebody like me to fix it for them. But that aside, my qualms with TikTok, we're going to walk through exactly how to appeal this. So you're going to come, let me move myself up here. You're going to come down here to Shop Health, right? It's under your account health, Shop Health. What's crazy to me is that this shop, it says it's in good standing and it's been in good standing. So they thought they've been open since March. This is an actual client of mine. Sometimes this can happen quickly. Sometimes it can happen slowly. It's now October and they just got this violation. Now, let me explain something. Violations like this are TikTok's only way when they want to verify additional information. This is their only way to reach you. They have not come up with another way to say, an alert on the side that says, hey, we need some more information from you. All they do is just come over here and say, oh, you're deactivated and freak everybody else out. It's not the case. It's not the case. You're not deactivated just yet. Go to your violation records. This is what it'll show you. Your shop has been permanently closed. Shop settlement suspended. Well, F me, everybody says. So the shop is permanently closed and I can't get any of my money out. That sounds like a nightmare. So it's not. Come over to view details. Let me move myself again. Okay. It says enforcement action has been taken. This enforcement is active and currently affecting your shop. So, from my perception, if I were a seller and saw this for the first time, I would think, oh my God, it's already been taken. It's permanently closed. My settlement suspended starting on 10/9. The shop settlement ends on 1/7. Enforcement in progress. Take a breath. Enforcement is in progress. Now let's look at the violation reason. I'm always going to say no to this because boo on TikTok. So no, you have these options here. The explanation is too vague or lacks sufficient detail. Do that. Put TikTok's feet to the fire, okay? Because that description, the reason is not actually what it means here. We've noticed suspicious or unusual activity between your shop and shops which have been deactivated from the platform. So I have seen so many sellers come to me and say, Kat, I don't have another shop. I've never had a shop deactivated on the platform. What is this? It's because TikTok only has one way of doing this, and this is what they send to everybody. We're going to go through the exact appeal process for this specifically based on what you might need. Then it says, please submit documentation to prove you do not have ownership of any other shops within TikTok shop that have been deactivated in the past. Well, let's put that another way. What if you do have other shops? Now, is it saying that you can't have those other shops? You should be able to have multiple shops. It's not saying that either. I know that it would seem like TikTok as this huge platform would have themselves together. Folks, they don't. They don't. I do this all day, every day. Now, I will say, when we go into the appeal, click here. They have done a significantly better job of outlining what you need to submit. Even just 5 months ago, This was like 3 lines, and only agencies knew how to get through this. I actually did a training on TikTok Shop's Lark Center, where all of us agencies interact, on how to do this because I figured it out. And if I didn't mention, I have a master's in law. So I saw this for what it was right away. This is for fraud. This is to offset liability. And this has to do with tax implications. So TikTok's not on the hook. Okay. Comes all the way back to our everybody's best friend, the IRS. Back in early this year, late last year, TikTok had tons of fraud. I'm sure you saw if you were on the platform, there was all sorts of weird shit all over the platform. They really, really tightened it up. And in the last 6 months, I have seen more sellers get this exact violation than any other time in my 2 years working with TikTok Shop on the platform. Okay. So be clear that this is not the end of the world, and TikTok doesn't exactly have itself together. So, up top, this is all the same information we saw before. Let's go through it line by line, okay? You're going to come reason for submitting appeal. Well, they only have one option. Click that option. For now, you're going to skip this. In the description down below of this video, I've put together a script for you that you can copy and paste and put in your information in the appropriate spaces. That's what you're going to drop in here. But for right now, let's just go through the supporting images that you need. Okay. First and foremost, I want you to notice here where it says a JPEG. That seems odd, doesn't it? In my world, at least in the legal world and policy, PDFs are king. You always want to submit a PDF because that's official documentation. That shows that it's locked. It's what the IRS sends you. That's not what they want here. They want images, and they have to be smaller than 5 megabytes each. So you want to make sure that you have a supporting system to convert PDFs to JPEGs, or if you have access to the physical copy, you can take a picture. Now let's talk about picture integrity. This actually matters, which is odd to me. Again, in my world, if I were submitting a PDF has no borders. It is cropped. So when I first started doing this, I thought, okay, I should crop the JPEG so that there are no borders. So you can't see, the carpet underneath where I took the picture. Not the case. Mind-blowingly, it's not the case. TikTok wants to see borders. They want to see that there is something outside of it. Now, if you're taking a PDF and converting it to a JPEG, that's a different story. But for items like when we talk about your ID card, they want to see borders because they want to know it's an actual picture. So if you can, show borders. I know it seems, at least it seemed to me, counterintuitive. Next, it says to support your appeal, all required documents listed below must be provided in their full and original form. Hold on. I'll edit that out later. So, full and original form. What the F does that even mean? It means if you spilled coffee on something, try to get another copy. If your ID is bent or cracked, get a new ID, use something else. Submitting incomplete, missing, altered, which means don't Photoshop your stuff, or low quality documents. Low quality means bad lighting, means that the AI system that is going to be reading this cannot read your documents. So, incomplete, missing, altered, or low quality documents will result in automatic rejection. A clear photo of your business license and a government issued ID card. Let's break this down. First and foremost, a clear photo of your business license. Notice how it's asking for a photo, okay? You can submit a converted PDF to JPEG or get your actual image and take a picture of it. Here, when it talks about your business license, it is referring to either your Secretary of State letter, which I would recommend submitting, and I have the document list down below, or your IRS letter here, which has your EIN on it. Either one of those things are totally fine. I would suggest submitting both. Next, I want you to pay special attention to this section. A government issued ID card. What that means in TikTok speak is either a driver's license or a passport. But you want to make sure that it is whatever you submitted during registration. So if you submitted your driver's license or you submitted, your partner's driver's license in the corporation, submit that. It needs to be both front and back. If it's yours, make sure it's both front and back. And don't forget what I said about the image integrity up here. Borders are fine. Don't trim them out. Next, proof of address or proof of business documents. This section gets a little bit tricky. And again, it is why I created modules and an entire course about setting up your TikTok shop as a US seller or an international seller. I have courses for both. So, proof of address and proof of business documents. Seems like two separate things, but it's not. So, in this section, if you are an individual seller, which means that from a tax perspective, you set up as a sole proprietorship. And for a sole proprietorship, that's going to show up on your income taxes. This all has to do with tax, like I said. If you're a business seller, which is going to be a corporation, a partnership, other types of businesses, remember back when you registered how you had to select? That has to do with how TikTok reports to the IRS and how you file your taxes, which is why it matters here. So, if you're an individual seller, proof of address, don't ignore this. This must be a utility bill, gas, water, electricity, phone, or internet, or a bank or credit card statement. The address must be the same you submitted during account registration. Okay, what does that mean? So, during account registration, it asked you for your physical address. It asked you if you're in the US, it asked you for your physical mailing address. Pause here and go back, try to remember or go look at what you submitted for your physical address. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that it is, if you submitted a driver's license, that your driver's license and that this address here for your utility bill or bank or credit card statement match. If it doesn't match, it's not the end of the world. But the point of what TikTok is trying to do here is make sure that you actually live in the United States and that you're not defrauding them. Okay. So that's why they're looking for this to be somewhere that you actually live. What they say here, rather, what they don't say here that they should, is that your utility bill or your bank or credit card statement need to be within the last 90 days. Personally, I don't want TikTok with my bank or credit card statement information. I would much prefer a utility bill, but some people don't have those things in their name. So that's why they, about 6 months ago, recommended either a bank or credit card because they recognize that some people don't have these things in their name. So if you can, make sure that your government issued ID card and your utility bill, right? If it's a driver's license and has your address, that these two things match. We know that businesses can be under a different address. TikTok understands that also, which is a miracle and a big change from how they used to do things. If you are a business seller, they're asking for proof of business. So again, they're using the language business license that they used up here because what they should put is your articles of incorporation or your Secretary of State letter. It has to be your business license or your IRS letter. These are all of the different letters that you get from the IRS depending on what kind of entity you formed in the US. For example, a CP 575G is a partnership. 147C is different. They all are just the letter that you got from the IRS that shows your EIN number when you incorporated. Now, hopefully your business license here is the same address that matches your IRS letter. If you submitted your business license up here, go ahead and submit your IRS letter here. I really want to make sure that you have both of those documents submitted. Again, I have a document list down below of what you need to submit. Pay special attention here. The business name, address, and EIN, those three things. The name, the address, and the EIN in the IRS document must be the same that you submitted during account registration. So we are going to go out of here real quick and we are going to check on exactly what that means. So I'm going to pause the video so that you can't see the seller information and come back to you once I've gotten to the appropriate section. Okay, you are going to come up here and select your icon. When you select that, it's going to drop down a menu. Go to your account settings. It will take you here. Go to your qualification center. I have blurred out several things here, but for the purposes of this tutorial, what you need to know right now is if you uploaded the wrong document, you are in luck because you can change that. Your company registered address, which I mentioned earlier, this is, you can see there's nowhere a place to click on this or edit it. So this is the name of the company. The name of the company needs to match exactly. I mean, spaces and commas and abbreviations all have to be the same. Over here, your EIN is locked. It has to be the same. Down here, your company registered address is locked. So, not to complicate things, but in this case, this seller has a different address on their IRS letter than they entered down here. So that's going to cause an extra problem, which I would definitely recommend at that point. If your documents don't match, reach out to a professional. We can help you so that you can keep your TikTok shop active. Now, the reason this section matters is because before you apply or appeal the violation, if your IRS letter is not uploaded correctly or wrong, you can come in here and you can change your business documents. Thank God. They used to lock these fields. They're not locked anymore. So before you submit the appeal, come over here and change the document so that when they are verifying and holding things against each other, they look correct and they are correct. We're back in our violation. And now I know how YouTube works. I'm going to get a million comments with everybody in under sundry saying, I can help you, I can help you, I can help you. Not everybody can help you. Reach out to me. I'm available. I'm a real person. I will tell you if someone is going to actually get this right for you or if I validate them. Let me know and I will help, okay? So now we're here. The business name, address, and EIN in the IRS document, but must be the same as the one you submitted during account registration. We just fixed that just in case. A couple things I want to note here. For whatever reason, TikTok, they really are frustrating. If you submitted your business name and it is not exactly, and again, I'm talking commas, abbreviations, invisible spaces, if it is not exactly, you entered it on your business registration as it appears on the documentation, they are going to notice that. Sometimes their AI is great, sometimes it is trash. In this case, it is punitive and not good. So the business name and the address down to the, if you put ST when you were typing in the registration and it says street on your IRS document, that is going to matter. I know it seems nuts, but it does matter. And your EIN, of course. Hopefully you didn't fat finger anything. Now, that is that section here. Next is purchase contracts and purchase invoices. Like, that's not clear at all. What are they talking about? They want your order again from your manufacturer, the purchase order. They want what other people purchased. It's been my experience here that what they are referring to is your purchase order from your manufacturer. So they want to show, again, the system does not know exactly where the issue is. So they want everything again so that they can run through all of it. That's why they're asking for the kitchen sink. Here, your purchase contract and purchase invoices. Invoices must align with your best-selling products and clearly indicate price and quantity. That should be on a purchase order. The business entity and registration details must match. Okay, this is similar to what I tell people during category qualifications. Right here, your business entity and registration details must match. That other page we were just on with your details, the address in the to part, right? You have the from, which is your manufacturer's information. The to portion of your purchase order needs to be the same name, the same address, the same information that is included on the back end of TikTok, even the same phone number. It all really matters. If multiple entities are involved, please include supplementary documentation to show their association. So this could be two different documents because, again, they don't know if they're asking you just to verify addresses. They're not that sophisticated. Or if they're asking you to verify that you have multiple shops. So if you do have multiple shops, this is the section where they're going to ask you, how are these shops related? If you have a document that says this is a DBA owned by this holding company, whatever you have, that is official documentation that shows how those shops are connected. That's what they're asking for right here. But it seems really confusing that they would put it on the same number asking for your contracts and purchase invoices. Again, this has gotten way, way, way better. It's still not perfect. Item number 4, proof of warehouse. This one is a weird one, but let me give you the backstory. TikTok had a lot of people who were just saying, like, oh, yeah, this is my warehouse. It's not a real warehouse, blah, blah, blah. They are going to ask you literally to provide documentation to verify where your inventory is stored. They want you, look, if the storing at your own house, which they're fine with, provide your utility bill, which you provided up here. So if that's the manufacturer on your purchase order, that's going to be the same address here. Or bank statement showing the same name and address as your registration details. We talked about what registration details are. If storing inventory at a warehouse or storage facility, please provide lease contracts or property rights showing the same name as your registration details. So if you have a public storage where you keep all of your inventory, upload that lease where you're renting it, and it needs to be in your business's name or in your name. Property rights, that this one gets tricky because you're going to reach out to your manufacturer. Let's say you have a big manufacturer, you're going to call them up and say, what? Can I get your property rights document? Most manufacturers who are bigger manufacturers have been through this enough with TikTok that they are going to know what they can give you to prove that your inventory is actually stored there and that they have a physical address within the United States. They're just trying to make sure that no one is defrauding them. So you're going to have to call your manufacturer if you don't have a lease or something that shows that you're in business with them and ask them for the property rights. You should have something from your manufacturer, though, that shows that you are holding inventory at that 3PL. Next, proof of your product. Stock pictures or photos of the products you intend to sell. 9 times out of 10, if you get this violation, you're already selling products on the platform. If you're not, you are going to upload stock pictures. I actually would recommend uploading a physical image of your product rather than stock pictures so that the system, which again, there's holes in this AI, sometimes good, sometimes bad. In this case, the AI can detect if it's a real picture, so you want to use a real picture. In addition, you may, which is annoying. In legal terms, I never like to see may because it's just a black hole. You may provide the following documents to support your appeal. The shop codes to all the accounts you operate, along with an explanation of your multiple shop operational model. Again, I've said this until I'm blue in the face, but they don't know why they're asking you for all this documentation. So some of it could be, we need to match your addresses. They just put it all together. This one is, if you have other shops, they want to know what the relationship between those two shops are. Just like I talked about before, if you have a holding company, DBAs, etc. This, you can put a screenshot into the images, or you can explain it here, and I would recommend this in the videos, which we haven't gotten to yet. Okay. Next, shipping records. This one's so silly to me because they have, if you're using Fulfilled by TikTok, they have all of this in the back end. Again, you can just take a screenshot of that and send it to them, or you can take a screenshot of your Shopify, make sure you protect consumer information, and upload that here. So here's the tricky part though. You're talking about all of these images, you only have 10 you can upload, a clear photo of your business license, right? The Secretary of State letter, 1. Government issued ID card, you might have to do front and back, that's 3, 4. Individual seller, proof of address, utility bill, that's 4. Business seller, proof of address, your business license, but if you're a sole prop, I also want you to upload your IRS documents. So now we're talking about 5. Purchase contracts and purchase invoices, that could be 6, 7. 6, 7. And next, they're going to ask you for proof of warehouse, right? Then proof of your product and shipping records. Like, make sure that you have everything from my list down below because you only get 10 images. But, while you want to upload those documents specifically here, you also, it says 10 videos. They only ask for 3 things under videos. So what you can also do is if it doesn't fit here, you can also add it into a video. So it outlines 100 megabytes and what formats it allows. Unedited, well lit, high resolution. These are really important. They are not saying this for their own health. They are saying it because they are using AI. If you submit a pixelated document, if you submit a pixelated image, if you submit a blurry video, AI is not going to be able to read it. So, first, they want you to describe your shop. They provide an example, which is so nice because they didn't used to do this, but shop name, what kind of product your shop sells, and state the date you recorded the video. So, I have a script down below that I want you to use for this video in particular. Do another video. This is super important. So when you create this next video, this is for your government issued ID. This has to match what you're submitting up here. So in item 1 of supporting images needs to match item 2 of supporting videos. You are going to hold it right here, right in front of you, so that the AI can see, obviously the microphone won't be in the way, so that the AI can see the card and also scan your face. Yes, it is using facial recognition. Make sure your hands are out of the way and you say in the video, my name is so-and-so. This is my identification. Hold it still for 3 seconds. Flip it over. Hold it still for 3 seconds. Let the AI read it. See here? This must be the same one you submitted during account registration. The same thing I said up here. It has to be the same one. Say your name, say the name of the shop, upload your ID. These are just requirements for what they want to see in the video. Don't use any filters. Please don't put a sticker with a star to mask a pimple. They just want to see your actual face. This is because the AI is using facial recognition as compared to your identification. If it's your passport, same thing goes. Hold it up clearly. Here's something that they don't tell you that I see sellers do all the time. Please transpose your video. If you're using your front-facing camera, if you're recording it like this, it's going to come up backwards. The AI is not going to be able to read what you put up there. And some sellers are just rushing through this and they do it so quickly. They forget to turn their video around, invert it, transpose it. The AI has to be able to read what's on there. And again, they clarify if you're an individual seller, the video must feature you. If you're a business seller, the video must feature your authorized business representative. If you're out of the country and you get this violation, what they're asking for is your PBR, the person in the States, your cousin, whoever, that you used as your primary business representative to upload their documents, okay? Next, by providing this video, you're consenting to it being used by TikTok's business activities. This is basically you saying it is okay for AI to scan and store these images. There's a partner privacy policy. Hopefully Oracle is going to fix where our data is going. We'll see. But that's how you can learn how they collect, use, and share your data. So be cautious here. You're going to upload those videos. You're going to upload the files. Then you're going to hit confirm. After that, it'll take about 24 to 72 hours for you to get a response back from TikTok. If you fail your appeal the first time, stop. Stop and reach out to me or a professional, and do not submit a second appeal with all of the same documents. Something is wrong that needs to be fixed. You really don't want to appeal twice, just nonchalantly putting stuff up there, because if you get rejected the second time, it is an exponential nightmare. And all of these items can be fixed. But when you get rejected that second time, that actually doesn't mean that your shop is really closed. You can still get into it and do all the things, but now you have to go work through the seller support center, and it is not good. It maybe at a year after making this video, you're watching it and you're like, I worked through seller support just fine. At some point, maybe they'll have humans, but let me tell you what TikTok told me about their seller support center. It's AI, and it's not ByteDance or TikTok or Douyin. It is outsourced to a third party in China that handles the AI requests. I know a seller personally who I worked through after they had been rejected twice, 35 days every single day of pinging support until we finally got this resolved. It took 35 days. So please don't risk it. Go through this video as you're pulling up all your documents and cross-referencing everything, and double check. Now, after all of this is said and done, if you hit confirm and everything is fine, you might get hit with this violation again, and that's okay. That's okay. You will be able to submit again, but you want to make sure that you do it right the first time. So hopefully this was helpful. It was a very long video, half an hour. If you stuck around, don't fret. You can do this. If you don't want to do it, reach out and I will walk you through it. Otherwise, I really encourage you to get all of your stuff in order, because you can definitely do it. Check the description for the different scripts for your videos and your appeal description, and subscribe, of course. Thanks.